from a place we're not allowed to reveal in Hollywood. It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning in to the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No! I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're gonna need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. Good to have you here. I have talked to you on the program about the fact that the priority in my life is being happy. And being happy means not having to be afraid of the following: getting sick, being seriously injured, going broke, having to borrow from other people, having to ask favors of other people, having to depend on other people. I'm amazed at the shallow idea most of you have about making money. And I can see why so many people don't see it as a priority in their lives. Because you have a shallow idea of having money and what it means. Anybody who knows me knows that, well, what do I spend money on? I have a nice house. Although I can afford a house that costs 5 times more than the one I live in, I have a nice house. I've got season tickets to hockey. I do like to travel. I like that. But I don't buy disposable crap. And whether it be cars that lose 50% of their value, cars that cost $200,000, I can afford them. I don't buy them. I don't buy, $1 million worth of furniture or art I don't understand. I don't have a butler. What people don't understand about money, and this is why they make fun of it so much, or they give me a hard time about it, is because they don't understand what I'm getting. Here's what I'm getting. I'll tell you what I'm getting. Peace of mind. Peace of mind. Here are some examples. Do you hate your boss? Could you quit today? Could you tell your boss, F you? Walk out the door? I can. That has more value to me than a Maserati or a Maybach or a Rolls Royce. I could say F you. I don't have to. I love what I do, and I'm having a really good time. But I don't have to stay here. I don't have to do this. I am not obligated to be here. How great is it to go to work every day knowing you're there because you want to be? Like if you won the lottery, you decide to keep working. I come to work because it's fun. I come to work because they show me respect by paying me a lot, and yet I couldn't possibly spend all the money they pay me. So what do I do with it? I make sure my house is secure against earthquake, fires, floods, what have you. Every safety feature. I put a whole new electrical system in my home that won't catch fire. An old home had rat's nests of old wires in the walls, replaced everything. Everything's safe. I have an alarm system and 13 cameras outside my house for security purposes. All about safety. I drive the safest car in America, the Lexus LS. I drive the safest car there is. There are other great cars, other cars that are highly rated. This is the safest car there is. Crash test, what have you, it's the safest car there is. Safest car on the road. Drive a safe car. If I get sick, I can afford the best health care. The best. I have what is called a concierge doctor. Don't you hate going to your HMO and waiting? How about when you get sick? Nobody makes a house call anymore. Isn't that right? Nobody makes a house call. Well, guess what? There are doctors who do. You pay them $2 or $3 or $4 grand a year, and they are available to you. They will answer your call 24/7. When you call for an appointment, they say, what time can you be in today? No waiting 2 weeks or 3 weeks if you get sick. They recommend you to other doctors who take you immediately, no waiting. That's a bargain. If I need a doctor will come here and take care of me. You know, if I'm in the L.A. area, if I'm within the area, he will be here. No doubt about it. I mean, for me, the reason to have lots and lots of money is not to be ostentatious. Look it up. It is not to buy all kinds of crap and then show it off to people. It isn't even to have the wonderful wine cellar I have. The purpose of having the money, my primary goal, is to not have stress in my life. How many of you are listening to me right now as you are driving back to your house? Now, here in Southern California, how many of you live in the following places? Rancho Cucamonga, Palmdale, Rancho Santa Margarita, and other faraway outposts. How many of you drive 2.5 hours back and forth to work every goddamn day? 25 hours a week of driving. How many? My dad used to do that. Exactly that. 25 hours a week of driving. I vowed to myself as an adult I was never doing that. I was going to live in a house, a great house, and I was never going to drive more than 30 minutes to work, ever. And I never have. I live in the city. I don't live in the 909 or even the 626. I don't live in the 562. I don't live in the 619. You name an area code, I don't live in any of those faraway places. And, of course, wherever you may live, you've got your own faraway places. But you know what I'm talking about, that anywhere from 90-minute to 2.5-hour commute. Each way, every day. I don't have that. No. Because I want that time in my life. I don't want to be wasting it sitting in the car. Like you're doing right now listening to me. One of the reasons you probably know more about radio than I do, I'm not in the car. I'm not driving anywhere. I rarely see a freeway. That's worth everything to me. That's more important to me than having an ostentatious car, is the ability to be home from work in 15 or 20 minutes, as I currently am. Hell, at night, it's a 13-minute drive from the front door of this studio to my front door. 13 minutes, and I'm home. No traffic, no road rage, no people cutting me off, no construction on the freeway, no jackknife tractor trailers, no mattresses in the number 2 lane, none of that stuff. Those of you who say you don't need money, you can live without money, well, maybe you think you can. But what's great about life with money is not the great things you can buy. It's the peace of mind that you get. It's things that are invisible, intangible, like the lack of stress you have. You may listen to this show and think, oh, you're a real stressed out guy. But believe me, I get it all out here. The rest of the day, I am as mellow and laid back as I can possibly be. My home is comfortable and warm and friendly, and I've got beautiful views to look at, and I sit there and I calmly drink a glass of wine and I enjoy myself. And some of you are still probably on the freeway on your way home. I'm already home. That's the reason to have money. Don't need to be here. I could say F you to anybody I want. If I get sick, I've got a doctor on call at a moment's notice. No commuting. I can retire today. I can live anywhere I want to. Buying expensive crap is not the reason for having money, or wanting to have money, or revering having money. Having a life, stress-free, that is what it's all about. Some of you seem to have a problem with the fact that I talk about having money, or talk about the importance of having money, or talk about the importance of protecting the money you have. Like when I talk about marriage and the possibility you're going to give away half of your money. Money is pretty important, and you know what? I love it. Something wrong with that?
1-800-5800-TOM.
From what I gather, you're saying they're sluts if they sleep with you and they're bitches if they don't.
Yes, actually, that comes from the Tom Leykis glossary.
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show, 1-800-5800-TOM. That's your telephone number. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. Ryan on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Yes.
How you doing? I just wanted to mention about, I don't believe that you're telling the truth that you come to work just for the hell of it and that you can quit. And
why don't you believe that?
Because you need this. This is what you are. This is what your life is all about. It revolves around your listeners.
Well, why would you even believe that? Don't you know that I've got friends? I've got a life outside of doing a radio show.
That's not what you're all about. This is what you're all about.
No, this is the part, pal, this is the part of me that you know. You don't know what my life is like at home. You don't know about my friends. You don't know what I do when I'm not here.
But the reason why you probably have the friends that you do and the money that you do is because of this job that you have.
Well, that's wonderful. That's a wonderful sentiment for you to express. But do you realize I've got friends that I've known for 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, who knew me way before I was a millionaire?
And they stuck around with you because...
Oh, so we're waiting for me to become a millionaire. Is that right?
No, they stuck around with you because you became who you are, and it's probably cool.
Well, why were they sticking around with me for so many years before then?
Because you weren't as much of an ass as you are now.
How would you know what how do you know what I was back then?
I'm speculating. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you, as big an a-hole as I am today, I was a bigger a-hole before. So you're just a rich a-hole now.
Yes, I am. I'm a rich a-hole, and I'm proud of it.
You would not know what to do if you quit today.
Pal, trust me. Trust me, if I wasn't having... Pal, the point is, if I were not having fun, I would stop today.
Exactly. But you thrive off of this, so you cannot just quit. You can't.
Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can. I come to work because... No, I don't need it.
I don't believe that.
Well, I don't care if you believe it or not.
But you know that. No,
I don't. That is your ridiculous assumption that's based on nothing.
You cannot just quit right now.
I can, but I'm not going to.
Because you need this. This is what makes you.
No, it really isn't, Ryan.
That bad karma.
This is just a few hours of my day. And listen how bitter and jealous you are of me. Isn't that amazing? Oh, yes, you are. It's clear. You are jealous. And that's what this is. That's what's driving you here, is that you're so jealous.
Why am I jealous?
You would love to have what I have, and clearly in order to go to sleep at night, knowing that you never worked hard or created anything interesting, you have to believe that I'm miserable. That's the only way you can get up every morning and face yourself in the mirror.
No, I would love to have your
The fact that you have created nothing. Here you are, 31 years old. What do you do for a living, son?
I own a restaurant.
You do what?
I own a restaurant.
Very, very nice. Very exciting. How much money do you make doing that?
I make not as much as you, obviously.
Not even close.
But I'm getting there.
Yeah, right. You're getting there.
Being respectful to others, not trying to kill babies and tell people how to have abortions.
Oh, here we go. It's an abortion issue.
Your karma is going to get you one day. It's going to come
Really?
back at you.
Is that so? Listen how angry and bitter you are.
I'm not angry and bitter.
Oh, you clearly are.
I want you to know that, and your listeners to know that you need your job. You need your job.
I don't need my job. I don't have to work. I don't need any job.
But you don't want to just sit around and be a millionaire.
I am no, I'm not a millionaire. I'm a multi-millionaire.
You don't want to just have investments and sit around and watch your money just grow.
What do you think that's all I would do? Are you kidding me? Are you aware that this is July 1st? I spent 6 weeks in Europe traveling. I wasn't working. I was traveling. Traveling, having nothing to do with radio, going to countries where no one knew who I was, no one knew what I did for a living, and I was perfectly fine with that.
You knew you had a job to come back to.
It's not the point. I don't need to be in this studio, and I don't need to be doing this job. I do it because it's fun.
I don't believe you, Tom.
I don't care if you believe. I couldn't give a rat's ass if you believe me or not.
All right.
I will put my head on a pillowcase filled with $100 bills tonight, and I will be comforted in the notion that I can come to work or not come to work, while you will be out there struggling and feeling bitter, and being angry and jealous of what I have. And I understand why you're jealous.
I'm not angry or jealous.
Oh, you clearly are.
You earned it. You earned everything.
Yes, I did.
You struggled to do
yes, I did.
To where you're at.
Yes, I did.
What I'm saying only is you have...
You're repeating the same thing over and over.
That's all I'm telling you.
Well, I'm done listening to the same thing over and over. Okay? 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Eric on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, they set themselves up and you just keep knocking them down. Hey, listen, this topic hits home to me, man. I'm 33. A couple of years ago, I used to run and operate a business technology company out in San Diego before moving to Orange County. And if there's one thing that I say, during those sales meeting speeches and stuff, one thing I used to tell my sales guys, look, some people will say money is not the most important thing in the world. However, the most important things in the world cost money. And that's one thing I used to push on them and, let them know on a weekly basis, and they understood that. Some people will say, love is the most important thing. Well, you got to feed love, right?
Well, not only that, you want to be healthy.
Right.
Being stressed out is bad for your health and your head. So in my life, I wanted to eliminate stress, be covered in case I get sick or hurt, and not have to worry about going to work in the morning, going because I want to. Those are the three things in life I wanted.
Exactly.
And I have them.
I heard Gene Simmons say one time on his TV show, it was pretty classic. He said, money is not the root of all evil. Lack of money is the root of all evil.
Yes. He's right.
Keep up the great job. Blow me up, Tom.
Here you go, baby. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Let's say hello here to Liz on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, handsome papito. How are you?
I'm doing okay, dear. How are you?
All right. Hey. Caliente. Hey, Bobby, so you have a contract, right? You signed a contract.
Yes, I
You
did.
signed a new contract. For how long?
5 years, darling.
So, handsome, that means you have to be there, like it or not.
No, I can not show up and then they won't pay me. I'm sure that if I went in and I said I could save you folks a lot of money, I'll work until you find somebody new. I have no doubt that we would work out something amicable. There's, believe me, very few radio companies that would hold you to a contract like the one I signed.
Tom, we want you no matter what. And you need us. But anyway, the reason why I'm calling, Rancho Cucamonga and Rancho Santa Margarita, Papi, I'm calling to educate you. Rancho Santa Margarita, this is 5 minutes away from Costa de Casa. This is what Kobe Ryan wanted to buy a house.
Yeah,
We're
but
here
you know why what I'm talking about is it's so far away. Let's say from my job. If I lived where you live and I had to then leave this studio every night and drive to Rancho Santa Margarita and take the toll road, and still it would take me 2 hours to get there, I think I just slipped my wrist. I couldn't do it.
Tom, you're in L.A. I choose not to. I'm a professional. I choose not to have a lifestyle. I choose to be near golf courses. I'm a professional. I can walk to work if I want to, Tom.
That's great. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do for a living?
I have a master's degree in education, and I'm a bilingual director. But what I'm saying is, Rancho Santa Margarita is not even supposed to be. We're here because we want to be away from you people. Rancho Santa Margarita rocks, Papacito.
Oh, I'm sure, dear. I'm sure it's wonderful way out there in that distant outpost. But if I'm going to work in my business, that will always be 2.5 hours from where I work.
Okay, well, we are entrepreneurs. We are professionals. We choose not to be in the business that you're in.
There are people who live where you live who commute to downtown Los Angeles or to Torrance or to places like that.
All right, Tom. Hey, we need you, Papacito, and you need us. Come on now, Papi, say it.
I'm not going anywhere.
You better not, Papacito. Have a good one. Hey, take me out with a Latino orgasm, Papi, por favor.
Let's see what we have here for you, Liz. Here you go.
Oh, God. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Latinos, you shut up!
Rancho Santa Margarita. Not only the furthest place away from downtown L.A. that I can think of, without spilling out into San Diego, but the longest name of any place in the Los Angeles, Orange County, Riverside, San Bernardino, Ventura, Oxnard area. Ask for it by name. Rancho Santa Margarita. Is it a drink or a place? For God's sake. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Cindy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How's it hanging?
Hanging right, as usual, Cindy.
Good. I'm just curious to know, you say that, you can quit whenever. Why don't you? Why are you still working?
Because I'm having fun.
Oh, okay. So you are having fun. Like the previous caller was saying that the reason why you're working is because that's what you're all about and so forth. And so you do like your job? And
yes, and I have said the minute I'm not having fun, I'll walk away.
Okay. Well, it must be nice.
But that's what I've worked my whole life to have. The ability to say, F you.
Yeah, you have a mentality. Just like my husband is the same way as you are. But I was just curious why you would still be working. I guess if you can have a job and have fun at it.
Well, that's the whole thing. By the way, as I said earlier, I live 13 minutes from door to door, from my front door to the door of the studio.
Wow.
No freeways, no jackknife tractor trailers, no road rage.
No irritating people getting in your way.
No fires to drive through. I mean, I just zip home, zip back to work the next day.
That's good. Okay. Well, I was just curious. I guess I haven't had an orgasm for a while, so take me out with an orgasm.
Oh, Cindy. See, that's what happens when you have to commute all the time.
Oh, God. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
It's 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Vanessa on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. A frequent listener. I've never called before. I was just wondering, I listen to you, and I enjoy hearing the entertainment and the male perspective. But what I don't understand is how you keep in touch with your audience, because at least 75% of the time I listen to you, which I'm happy for you. You seem really happy, and you're well off. But most males, I would think, would be intimidated by that or can't relate to that situation. I'm wondering why you play that up, especially since we live in California where, it's obviously, different thinking possibly.
I'm going to tell you why. I have the answer for you. You know how people, there's a bunch of crazy people who complain that magazines like Vogue and 17 and Red Book, they don't have any fatties in there. Everybody is beautiful. Can't we get some normal-looking people in these magazines? You ever hear that argument?
Yeah.
All right, and here's the answer to that question. The reason is because people don't want to look at people who look like them. They buy these magazines to see people who look better than them, something to strive for. I believe the same thing is true with a man and his job. I think people would much rather hear a man who is successful in his business, something to shoot for, something to dream about. Would you rather I be some loser who makes $40,000 a year for a job that's so prominent? Like the people on NPR?
Yeah, that's a good point. I never thought of it that way.
I mean, the fact is, I have a good show. It's got top ratings, and as a result, I'm well compensated. Would people rather hear a successful individual or a loser?
That's true. I never thought of it that way.
And what makes me relatable is that I started out poorer than most of the listeners. So I feel that there's an inspiration factor there. You can become successful.
That's interesting. Yeah, well, I just think that you shouldn't be surprised when you get, like, that male caller that I called a while ago.
Oh, I'm not acting surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah.
I know he's jealous, and I know he's bitter, and I know he's angry, and I know he's 31 and has never accomplished anything. And I know that
he's young. He can. He can.
He can, but he probably won't, because you know what? I'll tell you what. When I was 31, let's see, how much money was I making when I was 31? When I was 31, I was making $54,000 a year, which was pretty good when I was 31.
That's very good for back then.
But here's the thing. I still wasn't making as much as I was going to make. I still wasn't as successful as I was going to be, but I was never angry at the people who were successful. Instead, I made friends with them, and I learned from them because I planned to be one of them one day.
Well, I listened to the advice you give a lot of your callers, and if I could add one piece of advice, something that I noticed consistently that might be a flaw in some of this young generation that's coming up. Like, I think it's great the advice you give about don't marry young. That's so critical. Stay in school, get educated, have a plan. But you know what else they need to do? They need to stop smoking pot. I just see that being as a huge...
Oh, no, they don't have to do that because I've done it.
Yeah, but it's an unmotivator for a lot of men. It's untalked about.
I believe that smoking pot only amplifies the way you are. And if you are a lazy, do-nothing, good-for-nothing individual, smoking pot's only going to amplify that and make it worse. If you're an ambitious go-getter like Tom Leykis, all it's going to do is relax you and then motivate you the next day, which it has.
Especially since if you're a hard worker, you need that stress down. But these men who are smoking it, they're constantly playing fantasy football.
But they're losers to begin with.
Yeah, and it's like they need to stop.
But the thing is, when they stop smoking pot, they're just going to be a bunch of straight losers. You really think they're going to stop smoking pot, stop drinking, and become a bunch of sober, successful people? No.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, well, thanks for taking my call, Tom.
I'm here to help, darling. Thank you.
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-TOM.
You do a wonderful job at roping us gals in, suckering us into your song, and bending us over slowly. It's amazing.
And you all hate each other. It's so easy.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
From Hollywood, it's the Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. Brian on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, this is Brian. Glad to be on, man. I'm a huge fan of yours.
Thank you.
You are the man. I mean, just... First off, I want to say, because of you, I don't plan on getting married or having kids.
I love that.
But I called to say that what you were saying about, the whole money thing and getting a lot of money for peace of mind is right on. That's exactly what I believe in. People can drive extravagant cars, buy ostentatious houses and everything, but in the end, they create more stress for themselves because they're wasting all their money.
The most important thing is making yourself stress-free.
Absolutely.
And that's what I've used my money to do.
Absolutely. And that's why, hearing you say that, it's like perfect because I'm working 2 jobs, going to school so I can be where you are and just smile and go, you know what? I've got no stress. I'm happy as a lark. I don't have to do anything or worry about anything, and it's all paid off.
The average person who calls in here and complains about this, or they say how unhappy I must be, you see, what they would do if they got money is they'd buy expensive cars, expensive houses, bling, bling, bling. That's what they would do. They would spend a fortune. But they don't understand that that's not what I've done with my money. Is that what I want to do with my money? What I want to do with my money is just be set so I never have to work. I can say F you to anybody.
Absolutely. And like that guy who called in earlier who was saying, oh, you must be miserable. You know, you need this job. It's like, no, you don't, because it's like, what are you going to do if you're not here? Anything you want.
Right.
You don't have to be here.
Again, you know, because we run reruns when I'm away, people don't know when I take vacation. I took 4 weeks vacation plus some holidays this summer. I was in Europe for almost 6 whole weeks.
And look at how happy you are.
I was happy as a clam, and then I come back and having that rest of, my God, I'm on a tear. I'm enjoying my work.
Absolutely. I just want to say, you know, great job and keep it up and take me out old school style.
Of course I can, Brian. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Ralph on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Ralph. Tom, this is Ralph.
I just said that.
Okay, I know. I just did a little mistake, and don't bash me for that. The reason why I'm calling to you is, first of all, you all the time talking about your money and how rich you are.
Yes, I am.
Okay. I ask you 2 questions, if I may. First of all, in my opinion, rich is a status, and you are probably the poor guy between the rich.
What does that mean?
It means in the category of rich people, there's the people that are worth billions, there's people that are worth 100 millions, and there's people like you that are worth 10 million.
Well, let me tell you something about me. I am in income, I am in the top 1/10 of 1% of Americans.
Me too.
Good for you.
Me too. Now, for you sitting and bragging about 4 weeks of vacation, Tom.
No, that's not all the vacation I have. I took 4 weeks in Europe in 3 months.
I respect it very highly. Let me ask you that. What was the most expensive hotel you stayed in? $200, $300?
No, sir. No, sir. I was in hotel rooms that were well over $1,500 a night.
Oh, that's what I said. You are in the lower rich people.
Pal, I know. I'm in the I don't waste money on hotels people.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's what I am in.
So that comes to my main question. It means being rich and having money is a type of person. You are, as you said, and I appreciate it and respect it, that you want to have the security, the comfortable. But this type of people will never have a security because you don't like to shell the money and enjoy it.
I do enjoy it.
And
well, I just told you, I just got back from spending all that time in Europe. You think I wasn't having a good time?
This is not a good.
By the way, I am not convinced even an iota that you have money yourself.
Really?
Really?
Okay. I know you're going to go this angle. Let me ask you a question.
Well, fine. How much money do you have, and what do you do to get it?
When did you? I'm an investor. Did you have the money?
Yeah, but you had to get the capital to invest. Where did it come from?
From owning business.
Right, and where did you get that capital from?
Starting to work like you.
Ah, I see. So what makes you think I'm so far behind you?
I'm not here to brag if you're behind me or in front of me. You are the guy that every time you're on the phone, you're bragging about...
Just because I don't waste as much money as you do and spend as much money on stupid things as you do doesn't mean I have that much less than you do.
I'm not to compare if you have more money.
You already have.
That's not the conversation.
You did it already.
You see, you're using all the
You
time.
brought it up.
The same angle.
Okay, I've had enough. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello to Leah on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I'm just calling. Now, that last caller was such a loser. I mean, Tom, everything you stand for and everything that you are, I'm a true believer, and I'm, like, behind you 100%. I mean, if you work hard for your money, hello, you know, you can go and spend it as you want, you know, and then the way you do it is the smart way. Other people, they'll call, you know, they'll get money, they'll go spend it on these big, elaborate things, and then what do they end up with? Nothing. But you, it's like you work smart, and that's why I love you so much. You're like my hero.
I love that.
And, I mean, all these callers calling and hating on you, they wish they were you, Tom. I mean, man, you are the man. So whatever they say, whatever, Tom, you do what you do. I love your show, and I'm an avid follower.
Thank you, Leah.
Bye.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello here to George on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, son.
How are you, Tom?
Great.
Long-time listener, second-time caller. As it should be, it's a pleasure talking to you again.
Thank you.
Tom, I can't believe how jealous some of these people can be. I can't stand it. I'm driving to school right now, and I'm listening to some of these callers, and, man, are these people jealous.
I know. And angry.
One of the what these people need to understand is that one of the beautiful things in the United States is the fact that once you get power, the world is yours. And what I'm trying to say is that you are doing us a favor by being on the show and by holding this radio show. Because, you know what? You're right. You don't have to be doing this. And, you know, I'm just calling to tell you that I personally thank you for what you do, because you're right. You have the power, and, you know, you can be kicking back in Europe and relaxing, and you're not. What you're doing is you're not going to work. You're coming to teach us all. And all these people that are calling and are hating, not only are they jealous, but they're also not your students. And what you have to do is just ignore them and just keep doing what you do, Tom.
Thank you, George.
Can you blow me up Kobe style?
Of course I can.
Oh.
This is about us. She's so special to me. Yeah, it beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Here comes David on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Tom?
Great.
Hey, yeah, I just wanted to see, you give, like, some advice to, you know, I mean, you kind of do the same thing all the time, and, you know, I understand kind of the way you do it, but why don't you, like, actually help people out, you know?
I always do.
Yeah, well, cool.
I mean, what advice would you like?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Just like
the basic building blocks of financial success?
Yeah, I mean...
Number one,
yeah, I mean,
I'm going to give you... Are you ready?
Yeah.
Number one, don't rent money.
All right.
Do you have any debts?
No.
So no credit cards?
Yeah, I got credit cards, but...
You have debts on them?
No, everything's paid on time, so...
What do you mean it's paid on time? You have balances.
Yeah.
So you're paying interest.
Right.
That's renting money.
Right.
Stop doing it.
Okay.
Step one.
Right.
That's the first thing I did. That's the first thing you have to do.
All right.
Okay. Step two, don't waste money.
Okay.
Starbucks, goodbye.
Okay.
Cigarettes, goodbye.
Okay.
Okay, these are the things that eat away at your paycheck. $7 to have a bagel and a cup of coffee at a place like Noah's Bagels are out.
All right.
Do you do things like that?
I don't go to Starbucks or anything like that, so...
You don't go to Starbucks, you don't go to Noah's, you don't go to, you don't spend $8 on what you thought was going to be a cup of coffee?
Well, I had before, but I stopped doing that. So.
Yeah, no wasting money.
Yeah.
And that means clipping coupons, not being too proud to go to Costco or Sam's Club.
Right.
Or Walmart.
Right.
No convenience stores. Don't waste money on lottery tickets.
Okay.
Those are all good basics for getting started. Good luck.
The Tom Leykis Show.